Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 5. Let's get started and set up the week for success. Sharing my screen, and here we go. So week 5 is going to start with an exploration of pronouns, and you'll take a quiz over that. You do have 3 attempts on that quiz, and it's been changed to make sure that that is the correct information in there. Then you're going to watch a lecture that I've developed for you on diction, concision, and sentence variety. These 3 concepts are essential to our strategies as a writer, and it's something you really will want to take time and consider, particularly in the revision cycle of your process of writing, because there are ways that you can impact and change your overall trajectory of what it is you're trying to do through these key concepts. So please take note of this. If you're not comfortable taking notes, let me know. I can help you with graphic organizers or helpful videos on how to organize information if that's something you need. Just reach out. I'll be happy to help you with that. Once you've watched that lecture and taken notes, you're going to apply your understanding through a group discussion. And when you click on discussion 5, it's going to walk you through what this assignment means and what it is that you will be doing. First of all, you've all been assigned into a group. And second of all, you've all been assigned because of that group to a specific article. So if you are in group 1, you're going to read Kennedy's Steel Crisis. If you're in group 2, you're going to read Benjamin Banneker's letter to Jefferson. If you are in group 3, you're going to read Dan Rather's social media post on COVID-19 to young adults in 2020. If you are in group 4, you're going to read George Bush's eulogy for John Lewis. And if you are in group 5, you're going to read Frederick Douglass's speech to What to a Slave is the 4th of July. If you are in group 6, you're going to read Malala Yousafzai's address to the United Nations. And finally, if you're in group 7, you're going to read Stevenson's bill in response to that bill. He's the governor of Illinois at the time, for Bill 93. What you're going to be doing with this is reading and annotating it on your own for Spaced Cat so that you understand the rhetorical situation. We're still practicing those rhetorical skills. Then I want you to create one discussion post. Whoever's there first is going to create the post. Everybody else should respond to that post. We're keeping a discussion going, not separate posts, if that makes sense. And here's what you're discussing. And you don't have to discuss every single one of these. If there's one that's sticking out to you, you want to start with, to have the conversation go around it, go for it. And once that's kind of petered out, just like a real in-person discussion, say, okay, well, what about tone? What are the word choices you see in here that are developing this person's tone? So we're practicing those skills. And after you feel as if you've discussed these questions as a group, the next thing you want to do is determine which of you is going to prepare what part for your public post that you're going to make. Somebody needs to do Space Cat. Somebody needs to come up with keywords and phrases that are standing out, focusing on the diction of the piece and the word choice of the piece, thinking about how this provides emotional appeals, thinking about the structure of the sentence and the flow of the sentences. So you guys develop that, split it amongst yourselves, however you want to do it. And then compile it in here so that you can then have one person who's going to be designated to go to our board where we're going to share this across all the courses, your analysis and understanding of these speeches. And here you have some examples that you can see that people are pulling in that will help you understand exactly what yours should look like. I really highly encourage you to use this as also a way, if you are struggling with the rhetorical situation, to have those conversations so that you have more of a deepening understanding of what that process means. Alrighty, so that is discussion 5. Let's go then what we're doing after that. You're then going to watch a really brief lecture on an objective summary. Objective summary is very similar to rhetorical précis, except it is a non-biased summary of the text, whereas a rhetorical précis should not summarize the text at all. It's rhetorically analyzing. So I want you to see that juxtaposition of these 2 types of academic writing so that you understand what that's like. Then what you will do is you will write an objective summary and you will write a rhetorical précis of the article that you looked at for discussion 5. So no new article. You've already explored and developed and discussed a lot of the pieces that you'll need for this piece. And then you're writing those 2 paragraphs, and they are just 2 paragraphs, right? A rhetorical précis is 5 sentences long. An objective summary is very short as well. It's a paragraph in length. And it walks you through on the assignment sheet why you're doing this, what you're going to do. You're going to create an objective summary by identifying the main idea and 2 key supporting details from the text. Remember, the supporting details should be paraphrased rather than quoted directly. Then link these details together to form a clear, concise overview of the text, ensuring your summary is free from your personal opinions or biases. And then step 2 is to write a rhetorical précis, just like we've been doing in past weeks. I've given you the criteria for success. This is what I'm looking for. Please remember to use MLA. Please remember that that means that it should be at minimum of 11-point font, but I prefer 12, double spaced, Times New Roman or Georgia, a readable sans serif font. It needs to have a header. It needs to follow that specific formula. It needs to have a pagination with your last name and page number at the top. And it needs to have a works cited page that is the very last page where the citation for the article that you were assigned goes. Make sure those pieces are there. Load it as a Word document. You cannot copy and paste it and have MLA. It's just not going to record over for you. So please follow these guidelines. They are uber important. If you want to see an example again of an objective summary versus a rhetorical précis, I've given you 2 models of success down here based off of Choi's Old Bay, which we read a couple weeks ago, looking so that you can see what that would look like from an objective summary and a rhetorical précis point of view. Alrighty, so you've got pronouns and a quiz over pronouns. You've got a lecture on diction, concision, and sentence variety where you're applying that in discussion 5 in your assigned group. Then you're going to watch the lecture for writing an objective summary, and you're going to write an objective summary and a rhetorical précis, turning that in for the article you were assigned in discussion 5. That is it for this week, and that will get you to the successful point of finishing the week really truly honing in on the differences of a rhetorical précis and objective summary. As always, I'm here for you. If you have questions or concerns as you go along and navigate this week, please reach out. I am happy to help. I want to see you succeed. We'll check in again next Sunday.